Hi everyone, my name is Kristin Hayes and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today we're going to be making this cute little birthday card featuring the happy birthday chicks again. I just love these chicks and I've been using them like crazy. So this is the stamp set, and this is in the spring catalog, or the January to June 2001 catalog, and it does have matching dies that are not in the catalog. They're item number 158200, just in case you were interested, and the dies, they are $27, just so you know, but you can buy this in a bundle for $43. And I'll try and look up the bundle number and pop it up on the screen. I don't have that written down. So here are all the cute little dies you get with this set, and they cut out the chicks and the little egg, and then you have a happy birthday, a fence, and some other little elements that just add to the festiveness of your card. So let's get started. We're going to start with a piece of cinnamon cider, and this is cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece, layering piece. This is a piece from the Flowers for Every Season, and you can see I had a different piece on the sample, but I was out of this pattern. These are both from the Flowers for Every Season, and either one will work just fine. So that's why I interchanged it. And so we're just going to adhere this to our base. And before I do that, let me just tell you, this is 5, make sure I'm in the frame here, 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And we're just going to adhere that right on. There we go. Then we're going to work with a piece of Mango Melody. This is one of my favorite colors. I just love it. And this is cut at 4 3/4 by 3.5. And I'm going to start stamping on this one. And I'm going to start with this little bit of confetti here. Oops, I've got things toppling over on me. Now you could fill the whole thing if you wanted to with confetti, but I just kind of did it around where my chicken will be. And I'm just, there's no exact way to put them. I'm just leaving the center blank because that's where the chicken will be, and you won't see it anyways. Let's see, the balloon goes up there. Maybe I should put a little bit right there, and then we'll put another one here at the top. We'll twist it around. There, perfect. Okay. So we're just going to put that aside for a minute, and then we're going to take some Whisper White or Basic White, whichever you have, and we're going to stamp this chicken in the Memento Black. So we're going to ink it up nicely. Make sure I've got the ink everywhere here. Now, one thing I've noticed is I do like to give this one a good press when I'm doing it. And if you get ink in that balloon, it tends to shadow. So I'm just going to take my chamois and remove the ink that got in there, and be careful not to press it too hard when I'm stamping, so that that part doesn't shadow. So we're just going to place it on our paper, and like I said, give it a good press. There we go, perfect. So we're just gonna, let me just trim this up, and we're gonna slide this through the Stampin' Cut and Boss machine and cut it out. Bring that up here. Once again, I'm out of room. That's okay. All right, so I'm just gonna take a minute and line it up. That actually looks pretty good. Sometimes if I fuss with it too much, I make more of a mess than if I just left it the way I laid it. There we go. All right. There we go. Let me just put this aside. And now we're going to color it in with our stamping blends. So I'm going to start with the cinnamon cider, and this is the dark one. And I'm just going to do the feathers, like on his tail, all in dark. Like that. And then I'm going to just outline him. Or her, right? This card, I've been doing so many cards with these chicks that are on the more feminine side or look like they would be for a woman, and I use that Hey Chick from the other matching coordinating stamp set. And then I thought, well, this card could be a little more masculine with the masculine colors, but either way. All right, and then I'm actually going to do this wing all in the dark as well. And you could outline and then use the other side, but instead of flipping around. And there's no exact start. I'm sorry if my head's getting in the way. There's no exact start and finish to these wings, so just use your judgment when you're coloring. And honestly, we're coming over it with the light cinnamon cider, so it really won't make that big a deal. And then I'm going to do the face and these feathers in the dark as well. And you just want to make sure you don't get the little beak there. Or, I mean, if you wanted it all the same color, that's fine. But I'm going to come in with Mango Melody afterwards. All right, so there's, oops, I missed the whole belly area. We'll just outline that quickly. And then take it up through here. Okay, so now we're gonna switch to the light cinnamon cider, and I'm gonna use the brush tip to speed it along a little bit. And then just cover everything that we didn't do in the dark, except for that beak and the feet. And then we'll come in here and do this part as well. And then if you wanted to go back and shade some more spots, you certainly could do that. You could even, you know, go over each feather, but that would be quite a job to do. All right, so I'm going to come in with the dark Mango Melody. And I'm just going to do the beak and the feet. Like that. And then we just have the balloon left to do. So I'm going to start with the Night of Navy in the dark. And I'm just going to outline this balloon. This one I'm going to try and be a little more careful with because the curve, I don't want to go outside like that. And then I'm just going to do these lines in here. And then we're going to come in with the light Night of Navy. And this time I'm again using the brush tip. There we go. Go over the edges just a little more. There. So now our chicken is all colored in. So we're going to take the piece that we stamped the confetti on, and now we're going to use one of the blending brushes. Now these are in the spring catalog as well, and I believe they're back ordered right now, but these are great for shading and to add some elements to your card. So I just want to do the area, if you can see here, it's very slight that you could see it, just to give a little more dimension where the chicken is going to be. And I don't mind, I'm going to go off a little bit, but I want it darker because tone on tone doesn't show that much. So I'm just gonna go right around here until I get the saturation that I want. And it's probably harder to see on camera. Hopefully you can see it picking up some more color right in there. And then we'll just do around the bottom where the chicken's going to sit. And there we go. That looks pretty good to me. So now we need to do the happy birthday. So I have some scrap Night of Navy. I'm just bringing a piece of scrap grid paper. And we're just going to emboss the happy birthday. Now, all of the stamps I'm using are out of the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set, so they're all in one set today. We're just going to ink this up with our Versamark. I'm just going to do it towards the bottom, so hopefully I only have to cut one side. We've got white embossing powder. There we go. All right. Just let me put the extra back in here. And I've got just a little bit right under there that I don't like. Okay. So I'm going to take my heat tool and heat this up. There we go. And now I'm just going to trim it to the size I want it. There we go. So now we have all of our pieces, so we can put our card the rest of the way together. We're going to snail this piece on to our Night of Navy. Now this Night of Navy piece is 4 7/8 by 3 5/8, and it's just a layering piece for this one. Then we're going to snail this. Let me put those away. Snail, I still say snail, Stampin' Seal. 9 years of saying snail, it's sometimes hard to switch it over. All right, so that's just going to adhere there. Then for the chicken, I'm going to use some dimensionals. We'll put one on the balloon and a couple on the body here. There we go. And I'm just going to put him right here. There we go. And then the happy birthday we'll put on with some dimensionals. Let's see. Let me use some edge here. I always use the whole part of my Stampin' Dimensional sheet. You don't have to waste any. And then I did have just a little spot right here where it's shadowed. So that was about where I wanted my happy birthday to go anyways. So that worked out great. And there's the card we made all finished. Here is the original one, and I hope you enjoyed this video. All of my social links will be listed down below, and I do have a private Facebook group if you're interested, where I post more cards than I video. So have a great day. Thank you so much for watching.